Okay, so we braved the outback last night. First night strung between two trees in a hammock, but today's the business end. We're going to be testing the 790 against the 1290 KTM today in some extreme conditions, so I'm told, and looking forward to giving it a red hot crack. Alright, so we stumbled across some single track stuff now, really tight. You can just fit the mirrors between the trees. One thing we've noticed that both bikes are really sensitive with the ABS settings in the sand. So we flicked them off, which are a lot better to ride in the loose stuff. The only thing we've noticed is that with the 790 so far, when you turn everything off, turn the ignition off, back on again, all the settings that you've turned off, you need to go through and turn them back off again. So a bit frustrating if you start and stop, but we'll see how it performs later in the day. The 790 certainly proves its worth in the tight and twisty stuff off-road, whereas the 1290, the suspension seems to go through the bumps rather than over them. It really makes for a comfortable ride. So for me, one of the most interesting points was going to be testing the differences between the two engines. Both bikes are really capable on and off the road. The 1290 certainly shows its worth with a huge torque curve and a lot of top-end power, whereas the 790 feels really revvy and sharp off the bottom. Both of the engines are fantastic on and off the road, but completely different. It's certainly been an interesting test. So the engineers at KTM seem to have been working really hard on the suspension setup between these two bikes. Obviously the 1290 is heavier than the 790, so as such the suspension system and the suspension valving is completely different to ride. The 1290 seems to push hard through bumps, whereas the 790 seems to bounce over them. It makes it a little more difficult to change line on the fly, whereas the 790 is a little more nimble on its toes. There's no clear winner once again, but it's just a different style of riding through the bush.
So I've been out in the sticks for a couple of days now, and I've come to the conclusion that the most important part of an adventure test is lunch. That's where the decisions get made. And I've made my selection. I've got a clear winner. So you better read the next issue.